Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Oath Valorant. We are in week 6. I am Aiden Tees,
7.
and with me it week 7, and I'm here with Jackson. Thank you for correcting me.
Yes, sir.
Today, we'll be starting with Fury and the Vandals, and we will be on Bind. So, anything you got to say for us, Jackson?
Yes, bind, bind, bind. Uh, like I've kind of mentioned before, a lot of maps in Valorant, like they each have their own gimmicks, right? So bind is what we'll be playing today. Has the teleporters. There's a teleporter going from A to B, from further up short, not on site, and then the ones that take you from one side of the map to the other. So there is no mid. This is the one map where there isn't actually a mid. So teams have to coordinate a lot differently because if you want to rotate from like A to B site, you can't just go through mid. There's a teleporter you can go through, but that's a lot more dangerous than just running through kind of a mid area. So I would also say for defense, it's a lot easier because there's not a mid they have to hold. They're only holding A and B side.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be something that tests some of these teams' patience, especially on defense. Just because, like you said, you can switch between spots on the map so incredibly fast.
Yeah.
So, it's definitely going to be a little bit of a test for some of these teams that like to play very aggressive and take the fight to the other team.
Yeah.
So,
Well,
we
and
might go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
So, we might still see that. Just some of these defenders just trying to just jump onto the attack almost immediately, trying to take a little bit of extra space. Just because that narrows things down very quickly. But
Yeah.
in the end, I mean, the attack can also see that hey, there's no one here, or hey, there's everybody here, and then rotate to the other side almost instantly.
Yeah, and it's the teleporters are towards attacker side. So, like you said, the fast rotates come from the attackers. Like the defenders can get through that teleporter, but if the attackers are like locking off the teleporter, they're not going to use it. So it takes a lot longer for defense to rotate from one side to the other on this map than any other map. It's easily the one where the attackers have rotate advantage the most. So you'll see a lot of rotates happen more on this map than pretty much any other map, just because of those teleporter advantage for the attackers.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely going to be interesting to see. That I This is actually I don't know. I personally I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this map. I mean, it's definitely something. It's definitely creates a lot of opportunities for both teams, especially
Yeah.
when it comes to creativity. You can really just do whatever you want when it comes to team comp. Um, but at the same time, it is a very difficult map to play just because almost because of that. Um, you never really know what to expect when going into the game, both with how the other team might play, but also, if you don't come in with a game plan yourself, it can be much, much more difficult.
Yeah, and it's with this map too. I would say especially this map over pretty much any others. This is one of those maps where you can pretty much run a lot of different comps. Like anything can work, you know? Where like on Breeze, for example, almost every team's going to run a Viper because it's Breeze. Same thing with Icebox. You're going to almost every time run a Viper. But on this map, in my opinion, you can use pretty much any controller, any initiator. Like I think this is one of those maps where really anything can work for you. It's just what you do. So, I mean, as we can already kind of tell, one team's running a Viper, one team's running a Brim, which one is not any worse than the other. It's just this map expands on the ability to use different team comps.
Yeah, for sure. And already as we jump in, that. a very early brim smoke being put down for just kind of in this forward position to create a little bit of a space for those defenders as as Vandals are just kind of just trying to bully their way through a little bit, creating some space as T Corsi just stuck in U-Haul. Vision's just gonna push through the Viper smoke and actually is going to get picked off by T Corsi. Gio able to get the trade though, and Senpai,
Spike
oh my
down A.
gosh, with the
The
grenade
nade?
perfectly gets the pick. Senpai with another nice, really nice kill with the classic, just landing those shots, and just with the spray as well. Seems to be fairly aware that these last two attackers have pushed forward, just not sure exactly where they're
One
positioned.
enemy remaining.
Bryn with the right click gets the kill onto Typicality, but Senpai just jumping in, finishing things off onto Beagle, and that's a very good round right there from Fury to start things off.
Yeah, and they literally almost on the first round did exactly what you were talking about, where they locked off teleporter control from the attacker side. Instead of putting the smoke further down in, they put the smoke up into short. So they have to push through the smoke before they can even get close to teleporter. So they just completely cut off their teleporter ability to rotate sites. So now they're kind of just stuck there. And for defense, they can just kind of stack that site unlike any other map and just hold it.
It's a very interesting Sova dart right there. Ooh, actually does a
This
little.
is one.
That dog actually does a little bit of chip damage on a beagle. That's interesting. I guess was able to just direct impact right there. Oh, T
Oh,
Corsi and Vision's a little bit. Both get caught with their utility out, and so no kill is going to happen right there. As the Fade Eye gets thrown in and spots four of the attackers. As Angry just going to run in with that stinger and going to do a lot of damage, getting at least one for himself. As he's going to continue to try and push forward. We're going to see a flurry of kills come out, and Senpai just with the Vandal. Just
to the running gun.
around the corner, able to land that final shot on Nagia. That was very interesting. That yeah, the attack tried to just push forward with those classics and just tried to bully their way onto site. Really, just try and catch the defense off guard. But those better weapons just allowed them to bounce back so easily off of that.
Yeah, that's the strength of the buy round on the second round. Once you win the first one, when you have better guns, it's very hard for the attackers. Again, I'm going to keep harping on this, but the fact that it's easier on defense just makes it even harder for the attackers. But they did manage to get one out, which I think is very good for them just to be able to take one's economy down at least.
Senpai getting scanned, just going to melee that dart, I guess, for so yeah. Visions swings forward. Vision swings forward, gets a nice pick pretty early, so that's a
Oh,
pretty good sign so far for Vandals getting that man advantage really quickly. So D Corsi seems to be aware that there's more than one person here though, so we're just going to walk up, a little bit of a spray, just hoping to do a little bit of damage, but just going to give some space, give the space away.
yeah. Do you see Visions over there, though, has almost has B, kind of going to get them to rotate. So it's now three defenders versus two on this A site. Senpai going to take down Visions, though.
Yeah, nice
Now only
shot
have
right
to.
there from Senpai, but Visions did his job right there, keeping plenty of attention
Spike
over to B
planted.
to where it just made it that much easier for the rest of his team to get the plant down. So now we're in the post-plant position. Gia trying to get away, gets picked off by Bryn, and Senpai just following things up with another pick as
One enemy
well.
remaining.
Bring finds Typicality, but Senpai lands that final shot, and this Spike will just be diffused. Samson just a little too far away, I guess, in order
He was
to
trying to play
get rid of it.
those Molly lineups, just not reaching in time. And unfortunately, there isn't really much he can do in a scenario like that with 1v4. So he definitely did what he could. But as we've seen already, the defense on Bind just super strong, especially for teams that can have coordination like them. They're able to just hold them off. But now the attackers have to go into another save round. So
Yeah, definitely a difficult situation, but still not, still, you know, it's doable. Even with the lower buy. Vision's pushing forward already with that nade into backside, so that's going to do. He's going to be able to do a little bit of damage onto Bryn, now only on 72 health. So only a couple
Nikto,
shots will be able to kill her. But Nikto gets a nice pick onto Samson, just kind of
oh,
stuck in
the
the corner,
poison!
gets able to get pushed out by the molly and eventually actually picked off. So that's still not bad right here by the attack. When it comes to damage.
One enemy remaining.
Yeah, they got that one kill, and that's what they needed, but the defenders kind of know they're here. Just,
Ooh.
oh, Timothy is going to take one down, though.
12 health though. Yeah, Angry Gamer just swings out with just getting a little aggressive. Knows that he's typicality's just that low and able to land that final shot to get the final pick.
Yeah, well, they have guns now, and they got two, so actually not bad for them. But it's it may be 4-0 right now, but honestly, if the attackers even get like 2-3 rounds, I think it's still pretty doable for them because, again, easy defense map. So I think with them switching on to defense later, then they'll start doing what they know how to do. It's still very, very doable for them, for sure.
Yeah, Senpai does know that there's at least 2 people here over at A Short just from the sound cues and the utilities, so that will be made known for the defense a little bit here. Still, as you can see up in the top left, they're still holding a little bit of aggressive angles right here. Senpai just kind of standing out in the open, just trying to watch both sides. I'm just gonna
Yeah,
jump
there's
right back to safety after taking that aggressive swing, but not seeing anybody, so just kind of chilling in the corner. Nikto even getting a little aggressive, trying to bait out a swing with the orb, but still, Fury staying very, very patient right here in this round.
yeah, trying the Vandals here, trying the slow push to try to maybe get them to push up. Thinking they'll be aggressive. Visions is going to try to make something happen, but is going to be taken down by Senpai.
30 seconds left.
Yeah, that was a nice shot right there from Senpai. Just kind of pre-firing a little bit, actually. He saw one of the players cross and just able to land that final shot onto the other. But Samson kind of leading the charge a little bit right here for the attack onto the other side. Already in tube, just getting really aggressive off the back of this attacker lockdown, but now it's just up to Beagle as there was just a flurry of kills.
Oh, 3
But
detains!
oh no, there's just no time right there. Bryn
Hey,
tries
he
to
took
jump
one
around
down.
the corner with the classic, but just not much right there that can be done.
Yeah, it's they tried the slow strat, but with the oppressive defense that this can hold, it's hard to do that because they're just going to be all over you. And I would even say like on B, hookah is so hard to push out of that short. There's just so many oppressive angles on bind for the defenders. There's like only 4 places they can come from. So it's just again so defender sided that it's really hard to make things happen.
Yeah, I agree. That window right there just makes it so much harder to get out on a site just because, you know, you have to jump out it.
Yeah.
And so you just lose that accuracy for even that short time. It's enough to make it that much harder. So it was a nice attempt right there coming out from Vandals, just trying to do a different look. But it is what it is. But Vision's already getting that first pick and getting actually a lot of space for his team on to B. Sitting on top of this tube right here as even the Viper one-way gets thrown out. So that's going to allow Visions actually to move back into elbow. Get a nice kill on Angry Gamer, getting a little bit aggressive off the back of that showstopper that's just going to fly by the defenders. They're able to dodge it, but still kind of trying to make some space right here. This one way slowing down any progression if they want to go through that door. And
Oh,
Visions
Vicious with
just
3.
gunning everybody down through the elbow, but Bryn able to get that trade, but still only on 30 HP. Yeah, there's the one shot coming out from Typicality, and that's going to end the round and solidify the Vandals' first round on attack.
Yeah, 5-1 now. 5 for Fury, 1 for Vandals. And a great round for them to kind of start bringing it back on. And, I what I like to always say is Valorant is a momentum-based game, so this could very well get them going. And as much as this is such a defender-sided map, you could say the same thing on post plant. Whenever Visions got them onto B super quickly, and there was just no one to contest them, there's not really much you can do to retake it either. There's not many places you can come from. So post plant, you turn into the defense, and defense is
Ooh.
just so much stronger.
Yeah, very nice shot from Visions. As Senpai even types in the chat right there and lets him know, because yeah, it was a very nice shot off the bat right there, giving Vandals a very early lead right here in this round, and already leaning towards the A site off the back of that as Beagle mollies the corner, trying to create this space, and already I think they might be able to get the plant down here. Is
Oh, the
Samson,
sky,
yeah,
the sky though.
just putting it down. Bryn
Bryn gonna
gets
get two with it.
swinging it out, and T-Corsi trying to jump in and help out, but Vision's able to land another nice shot. Gia covering the short, able to eliminate Bryn, trying to swing out, and Nikto even trying to get something going from heaven. And now Angry Gamer by his lonesome with the operator. Looks like he's just gonna try and save it for now, possibly even get a pick. And gonna still take a little bit more damage, but oh,
All the raised Visions, no.
Visions just pushes forward and catches Angry Gamer a little bit off guard, probably still suspecting that he ran back with the rest of his team and just gets picked off. So that's the operator lost right there, and that's gonna
Yeah,
hurt the
that's not.
pockets a little bit.
Yeah, that is a little bit of a damage to the econ, but they still got money. They're gonna save a round. But that was another great take from attack. Kind of the same thing I was talking about last time. Bryn takes out 2, which was a very nice try, but just defending either site in a post plant scenario like that is so easy to do because there's not many angles they have to come from. So whenever you have players that can watch, even if you have at least 3 players that can watch every angle, then you're looking fine.
Nice shot from Senpai from on top of the truck with the Marshall, actually. So pretty much perfect as he hits the head to get the one shot. And that is an option to go pick up the Phantom. It seems as though they're a little hesitant to jump out there. And Angry Gamer, ooh, just in this kind of a little bit of a rat corner right here,
Vicious
waiting
gonna
for the
run
jump
out.
holds the trigger, waits to shoot, and actually does a lot of damage, but just too late, really, as Typicality's finally able to catch on and find that kill.
That's the stinger moment. It just doesn't have much ammo.
Yeah, just a few more shots left in that. Ooh, nice shot from Senpai, who was finally able to upgrade to this Phantom, and that makes things much more doable.
He's going crazy.
He gets another one as well as T-Corsi is gonna get.
What?
Senpai just with a random spray. Well, I guess it wasn't too random, as he probably was a little bit aware of where that last player was, but well placed.
What a
As he's able
thrifty
to
and a
get the
half.
final kill through the wall.
Yeah, thrifty and a half coming from Senpai. 4 kills, 2 very clean headshots, and then the spray through the box. That was crazy. Upgrading to that Phantom definitely got them that round.
Yeah, being able to just do that much more damage, especially on that retake, because Senpai originally had just a Marshall. Started out that round
Yeah.
with a Marshall. So, that's obviously a little bit more difficult, but it worked out, and Nikto already in a very tough position. His Visions just runs in with the Spectre, just refusing to stop, and able to get that pick on a Nikto, and ooh, Angry Gamer knows
Gonna
that
catch
there's
a lot with that.
at least 3 with that ult. So that's a lot of information given to Fury right here as they're just continue to try and hold this B site.
Yeah, Fury now kind of stacking B after hearing that ult come out, hearing 3 people get tagged, and Brenna's still gonna see them, but Vicious is gonna come out with a showstopper. Not quite gonna get it.
Welcome to my world.
Bryn able to get another pick as well, though, and there's another showstopper, and he actually gets 2! That's the Viper down and the Spike plant down as well. So that's just going to stop the attack in its tracks. It was looking so good right there for Vandals, but the double kill from the showstopper just shuts things completely down.
Yes, and a nice shot coming from Bryn to finish that round. What is Senpai on today? He's gaming. Simply put, comes out, runs out. The attacker's Vandals Beagle puts down that Viper's pit, thinking that they got sight down, and then Senpai just runs out, knowing where default is, knowing where Beagle is most likely putting that plant down, just runs out and kills 2 with the showstopper. An ult that a lot of times doesn't actually get that much value because it doesn't have that big of a blast range, but he manages to get 2, which is crazy.
Yeah, it was incredible by Senpai and really kind of a little unlucky right there from Vandals that everything was under control, and then just
Go get him.
Vision's getting a nice kill onto Senpai, but Senpai, great round right before then.
Yeah, Vision's already pushing out onto site.
Ooh.
Oh, the chamber up.
Nikto shuts Visions down with the chamber off.
Spike planted.
Yeah, that tour de force, kind of a force to be reckoned with.
The Hunter's Fury getting shot out, a little bit of a guessing game right there, playing a little bit of Battleship to try and get a little bit of damage in. He's not really going to do too much, but Samson tries to get something done with the Spectre, but Nikto shuts that down, and Bryn follows up as well. But it's going to get traded out. Angry, nice shot on Nagia, and typically trying to do work with that Spectre, but just T-Corsi able to land that headshot with the Vandal, gets that insta-kill right there, and so that'll be the defuse coming out from Fury.
Yeah, I really like the fact that they kind of backed off of that. Whenever they saw that Visions was already kind of running out of A and they knew they were going to be on A, I like that they backed out and gave their team time to kind of run around. And Nikto even gets Visions coming out, and that op is super hard to deal with. So just having that there is super scary. And then whenever you come in with your full team and get that retake going, you can just see the firing squad just run at them, and when you're blasting at them with the full team, there's not really much they can do about that. So that was a fantastic retake from Fury.
Yeah, just a little bit of shooting, not too much going on with the very beginning of this round. We have seen some aggressive plays coming out early, but not too much right here. Just a little bit of just a few sprays, a few mollies coming out, a little bit of smoke. Samson actually taking a little bit of damage right there from Angry Gamers. He tries to get a little bit more curious, and Visions actually gets a pick onto T-Corsi. Not really sure what happened right there. I'm not sure if he got the pick through
And
the
you
smoke
are,
or not.
I think he just saw him under it.
Yeah, that'll create a little bit of space though for the attacking team, as Vandals already starting to lean a little bit more towards A. Oh! Oh my gosh. Very nice shot from Bryn right there.
She got her walls on.
Yeah, I mean, that was just a nice shot right
30
there.
seconds left.
And Senpai pushing up, actually, getting a little aggressive.
Oh, look where Visions is, though.
Yeah, I don't know if they know that Visions is behind their line, as Typicality gets a nice kill onto Bryn from Hookah. So that's going to create enough for Visions for this flank, and it works out perfectly. Going to be able to get the first onto Angry Gamer,
Oh.
and that creates the space for Typicality to run out and get the pick onto Nikto. With the patience.
Senpai,
Clutch.
he actually, wow, that's crazy. They had sight so well, and then Senpai just shuts it down. That, yeah, great. Was that a collat through the players? Did
I'm
Sen
not sure, but that was really good awareness and really good patience right there. You know, that trigger discipline coming out from Senpai is, you know, he was looking directly at the planter for like a good couple of seconds.
Yeah, just
But just
waiting to give him time.
yeah, just waiting for like those couple of seconds made it to where once he got that kill, like there just wasn't enough time to get the plant down.
Yeah, also one thing I like to point out from Beagle here, the wall
Bomb buddy out.
that they're putting down on A every round. I really like that wall that they're using because it gives them the space to push into U-Haul. Something that I haven't seen very often, but it's a good one.
Yeah, Beagle seems to not really want to mess with Senpai that's trying to push up, but
Spike
Nikto,
down B.
oh my gosh, two quick picks with the operator, but Vision's able to finally shut that down. So that'll create a little bit of a space, and Beagle still very aware of Senpai just kind of lurking around behind them after hearing, especially after hearing that teleport, just kind of waiting for this push out, and there's the push, and
Oh!
with the blast pack gets the pick onto Beagle, but Gia finally able to trade that out.
Yeah, it just doesn't check that angle, and unfortunately, Gia is going to take him out. But it is a 2v2 now, and they still
30
have to get
seconds
onto the
left.
site. Bryn's still watching it, so this could go either way.
One enemy remaining.
Gia will be
Ooh.
completely flashed by Bryn, but it doesn't really matter as the pick is still found by Visions. But that Brimstone ult is actually going to be able to waste a little bit more time for T-Course. He is going to try and
Player
swing it. A
standing.
little bit of an awkward gunfight right there
Down a
with
1v1.
Gia. But now in this 1v1 has a chance. There's the
Oh,
showstopper
no.
came out, and there it is. And yeah, just barely able to hit that blast radius and finds that final pick
Switching
onto
sides.
T Corsi.
Yeah, the two most scary voice lines to hear in the game. One is "You want to play? Let's play," and number two is "Fire in the hole." You do not want that Raze ult to come near you. That is such a scary ultimate, especially in a 1v1 scenario like that, and they know where you are. That was a really nice play from Visions there. I like that. I mean, it was last round, so you can definitely use the ult there. But even in a scenario where it's not last round and you have your ult, I think it's very nice to even use it in those 1v1 scenarios because you're not wasting it. You're gaining your team around. And that's what the ults are for.
Yeah, they're there to be used, so might as well use them.
Exactly.
A lot of information going to be found out by this initial recon dart is Senpai just kind
Ooh.
of sending it just right in and able to get
Whoa.
one before getting traded out by Samson. Nikto right off the back of that, able to get the trade as well. So
Where are you?
Fury already have a little bit of an advantage here as Angry Gamer continues to push up,
Nikto's
as well
gonna
as
run it
Nikto
down.
just holding W, gets the pick
Remaining.
onto Beagle, and actually a third onto Typicality turning around.
Nikto with 3, getting him onto site super easily. Those blast backs coming from Senpai too, really nice. That was a very well executed play. Can Gia make something happen?
Yeah, and there's the flash coming through. Nikto on the swing off of the back of that, lands those final shots, and very quick take right there coming out from Fury.
Yeah, see, that's one thing I like to talk about is the job of the duelist. The duelist's job, regardless of what the description in the game says, the duelists don't necessarily have to pop off. Their job is to just get site space for your team. So Senpai getting that massive space and getting one pick and then dying is all they needed to do. That is their job. And then Nikto and their team can follow up with 4 more kills. That's the job of the duelist. You don't need more than that.
Yeah, and done very well right there from Senpai. Senpai already kind of doing it again right here, just blasting right in, but Beagle shuts that down with the classic. Angry Gamer able to trade it out though, so that's going to slow things down a little bit as the man count gets evened back out, but they're just going to just rotate right away. after a little bit of showing towards B, they're just gonna head right back to A. They have sight for free basically, as Vandals have to just regroup back and spawn
Oh,
and
the
get ready for
nade
the
though.
retake.
The nade doing a lot of damage to Fade. Gonna get healed by Sky though.
Yeah, just a little bit of a regroup phase, trying to get a little bit of information and space made for themselves, as they do still have a little bit of weaker weapons. So this will be a this might be a tough retake, as Visions does a little bit of damage, gets a nice pick,
Maybe
but
there.
Brent immediately trades it out. So back to even.
Up
Typicality
two running in.
gets the defuse as
Samson with a
Samson
nice
with a
shot.
nice pick on Angry. Bryn, again, just with these even trades after that, it doesn't really matter. T Corsi and Bryn continue to get those picks, and that solidifies another round in their favor.
Yeah, I mean, that was their save round for Vandals, and they got all but two, which is very good, especially on this map, to get three down on their round. And now they have the opportunity to full buy a couple light shields coming out, but they are going to have all guns, three of them having full shields. And Fury is going to have to run with two Spectres because they got taken out by Vandals. Very nice defense from them, or retake from them.
Yeah, still a great attempt, and
Oh,
oh my gosh, what a shot from
clean.
Nico onto Vision. Just shuts that aggressive peek down, and Senpai just jumping in with those blast packs, continuing to be very aggressive, finds a pick onto Samson, so that's the smokes down. Senpai continuing to try and do the same, but Beagle's going to be able to get two quick picks right there.
Yeah, 2v3 retake. It's going to be a little hard to do this, but Beagle already has two.
Yeah, things just slowing down a little bit as Fury just posting up, just trying to hold these angles as Bryn finds another pick onto Beagle. Nice shot by her. And now Gia trying to push forward, trying to make something happen, but T Corsi just using that that high accuracy while
Match
moving with
point.
the Spectre, just guns him down, and there's just not much you can do right there.
Yeah, that's, you can tell. I always like to analyze how both teams play, because especially on this map when there's a lot of things you can do, I really like to look at what they're doing and what each different team is doing. Fury here on attack is being a lot more aggressive with it, which I don't think is necessarily the way you have to play it, but it's working perfectly well for them. Vandals was being a lot more passive with it, which seems to be working decently well for them too. So
Yeah, Senpai, just trying to keep an eye on that boom bot a little bit. And oh my gosh, there's a double TP right there, and they're just going, and Senpai is just going to gun them both down. That's going to create a little bit of space right there for the attack as Bryn continues
Bryn's
to
just
just
out.
jump in, and Gia able to get a pick with the Killjoy Molly. Bryn trying to find more, but Technicality just in the corner gets the shots down, and Senpai seems to be trying to do a
Give it a
little
little
bit of a
bait.
fake here.
Yeah, kind of in a 1v2 scenario here, but Senpai is very capable of doing this. Very good player. Trying to see if their team is going to rotate off, but it looks like they're going to stay strong. They're just not moving, and it's going to work in their
Oh,
favor.
the shoulder scene.
Oh,
There's the
the
drop, and
snap.
there's the jump. Senpai knows where the last one is.
Oh, 1v1.
Gonna fake the plant. It's in this 1v1. A little bit awkward as some shots are traded through.
Notice
Senpai
the
just switching
showstopper though.
weapons instead of reloading. There's the
Senpai
plant
has
down.
ultimate.
He's going to be able to retreat back as well.
Yeah, Senpai has the showstopper, and like we talked about, in a 1v1 scenario like this, especially when they're on match point, I feel very confident that they're going to use it. Rotating around into Hookah, Gia not quite sure where Senpai is.
That might be a good turret though, because it might see Senpai. And yeah,
We're
it
just going to
does.
see the showstopper coming out.
There it is. The
Attackers win.
Wow.
Senpai went crazy on that last round, getting two players initially, spraying them. Well, two initially through the teleporter, just spraying them down, and then runs onto site after trying to do a little bit of a bait. You see Fury stand strong, or sorry, Vandals stand strong. Hold on. Do I have
Yes,
that right?
Vandals were on defense.
Yes.
Vandals were on defense. You got that. You had it right.
Vandals staying strong, but Senpai is going to come out, seize the shoulder from Killjoy, going to get those last two picks, winning them that game. Very, very nice game coming from Senpai and Fury.
Yeah, I mean, the individual play right there from Senpai was just, I mean, it was just amazing.
It was fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to watch, and I mean, there's not a whole lot you can do about that when one player just absolutely pops off. So, yeah,
Yeah, Fury remains a scary force. They're now 6-1, so they're feeling probably very good about themselves right now. Staying very strong.
yeah, but we're going to be taking a short break, and we will be back with more Oath Valorant.
Yes, sir.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Oath Esports for tonight. I am one. I'm back again here in Tees with Isaac Linked Ghost. And for this next match, we just got off of Fury and Vandals. And this next match will be between Strike and Space Mode once again on Bind. Any thoughts, Isaac?
I'm excited. I have yet to watch Space Mode play this year. I've heard really good things. Obviously, they're 4-2, so that's a pretty good record. Both of these teams are 4-2 actually, so potentially a tiebreaker match for when we start going into playoffs and finals. So I'm really excited to see the high energy today from both these teams trying to get an extra win for the finals coming up.
Yeah, and I also want to point out for this game there will be some subs coming in. So we will see two familiar faces as we just saw them play the game before. Senpai and T Corsi are both filling in for some missing players. And then we will also be seeing another fill. His name is The Best. So
What a great name,
yeah,
right? Like
great name, just the
that's how you
best.
build the confidence right there.
Yeah. So we'll see how things shake up because, not exactly the teams that they practice with, not the same players that they practice with. So we might see a little bit different stuff. But still going to be a very exciting matchup.
Yeah, I believe Strike might have played with a sub last week, but their team play was still really good, surprisingly. So I'm interested to see if we can see them replicate that again with yet another fill. But really, I'm just excited to see two really good teams duke it out here on Bind.
Yeah, and as we noted before, this map is kind of special as it just doesn't have like a middle area, unlike most other maps. But to make up for it, it does have the teleporters. Um, those teleporters they weren't seen too much last map as most of the hits were just straight up, just straight through short or straight through long. But they're still completely an option and still. It can bring out some interesting plays from either team, really, whether they're attacking or defending. So, definitely going to be interesting to see how each of these teams utilize that ability on the map.
Yeah, as a Sova and Sky main myself, I really like using the teleporters for intel without fully committing and taking the teleporter. I'll use either my Sky Flashers or Sky Dog to go and check the other side, or I'll use my Scan Dart from Sova to use for intel. So maybe we'll see. Each team has a Sky, so maybe they'll try to use that as well this game. But I'm excited. I like Bind, not my favorite, but with the teleporters, it can get a little crazy. So I'm uh I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, like you said, it can get pretty crazy, just chaotic. 1 second you're looking in the right direction, and the next thing you know, there's three people behind you just because they decide to jump through the teleporter, you know. Um, so it can create a lot of chaos, just a lot of moving around, but we'll see how that goes. As already we have jumped into this round, and Strike on this attack just moving fairly quickly as they did show a little bit of presence over on B, but just deciding to immediately rotate over. Lazy Titan doing quite a bit of just chip damage a little bit, trying to swing out to get that pick, but
Ooh,
Okajix with the
good
ghost
pick.
Spike
able to land that
planted.
headshot and shut that down.
Oh,
T-Corsi even just
good angle.
hiding in that smoke, finds that pick onto Cyberbite as he was just
Here.
holding on to that flash, wasn't able to shoot back. A little bit of unfortunate
Gets
timing
another one.
right there, but T-Corsi finds another with that classic, doing plenty of damage. And Nami
One
as
enemy
well
remaining.
onto Senpai and Kleenex as well onto Okajix. So that's a very good just retake coming out right here from Space Mode. And Dr. Ghoul now by herself
Ooh,
gets the first pick
Enemy
with the
remaining.
lineup and actually second with the lineup. That's plenty of time created for Dr. Ghoul. T Corsi now is going to
wow.
have to try and defuse,
Oh my
but just
goodness.
on the one shot lands that final shot with the classic and a 1v3 clutch coming out.
That was incredible. I mean, I love great lineup plays, and that's what we saw right there. Dr. Gould didn't have a lot of health, so she knew she had to play pretty conservative and only peek when she absolutely had to. But she peeked, got the first one, Her lineup with her Molly got the diffuser in Kleenex and was able to close it out there with the final kill onto T Corsi. Just great composure there by Dr. Ghoul.
Yeah, I was a little worried that she wouldn't have enough time right there with the between the lineup and just the diffuse coming in so early, but it worked out perfectly in her favor as they were only able to get it to half. So great job right there from Dr. Ghoul. And following that, they're just going to just run right onto site.
Oh,
Kleenex trying to do a little bit of damage, but takes quite a bit in return. Is already
they are.
Strike just running
Teleporters.
away through
There
the
they go.
teleporter, just obviously not liking what they see over on this A site, and Cyberbite just kind of by himself trying to get away and does so. Nam finds that first pick onto Okajix, but Senpai and Dr. Ghoul are able to return very quickly in behind. As Dr. Ghoul finds another nice kill with that stinger.
I love the stinger. It's so fun. Yeah, I mean, we've just seen a lot of aggression here early from Strike on their attacks. Whether they rotate, they do it fast, and as a team, they're just really aggressive here.
Yeah, T Corsi trying to get something going right here. Upgrades to the Ghost, but still just trying to get through this wall. It's so much damage that needs to be done with just a pistol. And Senpai just able to run through with that Spectre and gets the last 2 kills.
Yeah, you know, and we saw Senpai last game with what team is he on? Sorry, remind me again.
He's on Fury.
On Fury, yeah. I mean, he had a great game last game on Fury. And now we see him subbing in, and as well as T Corsi. We're seeing both of them perform really well here. But Senpai is just, he's continuing that hot streak that we saw from last game.
Yeah, and for Senpai, it's a little bit of a different look. You know, he was on the Raze for Fury, and when they switched to attack, you know, he was just blast packing right in. You know, there wasn't a whole lot of waiting around. But now with Chamber, it's a little bit of a different play style. You know, you put your trip down, and then you use those teleports to play a little bit more passive, and you know, just get your picks and then get away. So definitely a different look coming out from him, but it doesn't really seem to matter as Strike just pushing in. Okajix very good on this Raze, getting that first pick with the grenade and just continuing to push forward, and a little bit of a spray trying to land that final shot on the Kleenex for that trade, but it just doesn't seem to work out.
We've got 2 on the flank in what I believe is
Ooh, I'm not sure if Dr. Ghoul's aware.
Nami.
No, she
definitely
knows.
aware now.
Yeah, the flash comes through, so they do know that she's close. She does get the trade onto Nam, and Senpai getting one as well, and just able to help out right there as he gets the final pick off of that teleport and continues that hot streak from last game.
Yeah, I mean, we're, you know, like I said, Strike had to play with a sub last time I casted them, I believe, on Haven. And they have another one here this time, but you're still seeing the chemistry. Early on in that round when they got aggressive towards that B or towards that A site, you saw the spike start to go down, and Okajix was covering the spike planter, and it just was able to get 2, give him the advantage, and there at the end with Senpai helping out Dr. Ghoul and getting trades. So just good teamwork there by Strike.
Yeah, and already showing a little bit of aggression towards this hookah area. Not really sure if they're going to just commit to it or not yet. Is just a lot of Viper users being thrown.
There are so many people in this area.
It's just slowing things down completely. And yeah, like you said, just everyone there. So Kleenex might have a really good position here if the attack is just unaware, just kind of pushing through, just holding this angle in Fountain as Cyberbite flashing through, trying to get a little bit of information. But Senpai, nice pick onto Kleenex.
Nice shots.
But we're going to see a few trades coming out in favor of the defense, and there's as Dr. Ghoul finds one, but Sithbard finds one as well. And
nice.
Yeah, the trades just worked out perfectly right there for space mode.
Yeah, Nami right there at the end with a lot of just great clean shots, a lot of snaps, looking really good. I mean, that round, it was like there were so many people in that hookah area and just nothing happened for like 20, 30 seconds, which is pretty rare. Once you see a team get bundled up in hookah, you either try to make a play, flush them out, or pinch them. But they were played a little patient, and Space Mode was able to get one back there, bring this to a 3, bring this back to 1-3.
Yeah, and I really liked how Space Mode played that. They knew they had the weaker weapons, so they just decided to play up close. You know that those it can often create just kind of awkwardness for the rifles, where they are. You know, the rifles are made for the long range gunfight, and so those shorter ranges ended up working out perfectly right
Oh,
there
Phoenix gonna catch a few.
for Space Mode. Kleenex.
Oh,
Oh my god.
is able to get 2. Is able to get 2.
Kleenex finds
didn't.
2 while sitting in the
Strike
corner.
down
Lazy
A.
Titan able to follow up and get one right there onto Dr. Ghoul as well.
Cover going out.
Yeah, that was a good play there. We're gonna see 4v2 numbers advantage here to Space Mode.
And the spike's just down out in the open too, so Space Mode can just hold these angles.
Scout destroyed.
See if
Everybody trying to
Oh,
flash through, but the smoke
unfortunate
goes down.
timing.
No. Now the best
You know where
just
she's
stuck
at.
in this
You know
corner.
where they're at,
Nami
yeah.
just sprays through after seeing the shoulder.
Yeah, that was just unfortunate timing there with the Omen smoke going down as Cyberbite was about to flash. But again, another good defensive round there by Space Mode. A lot of composure, good shots by Nami. A nice ratty play there by Kleenex, holding that little short area, waiting for Strike to rotate back to A, picking up on their common rotations. I mean, we've already seen Strike rotate a lot, so that was a good read there by Kleenex picking that up. Bring this another round closer to potentially tying us up.
Let's play.
Yeah, and I really like that too, because you know we saw Kleenex activate that dash,
Mhm.
and so normally you only get one. That's a one and done spot. You know, you get one, you slow them down, they trade you out. So it was a good attempt right there from Kleenex to be able to get out and just activate, just being aware that hey, there's more than one person coming. I need to activate my dash.
Yeah.
And ooh, not sure if they heard
And on the
Kleenex
flank.
on this flank.
This is second round, or not second round in a row, but second round we've seen it. Oh,
No. Kleenex looking the other way, expecting the entire team to be rotating, but Senpai was just lurking over by B long, and that's gonna
Spike
create the
planted.
space needed to get the spike down.
yeah, just good patience there by Senpai to kind of separate himself, play on an island over there towards B, and really listen for the audio cues that he heard from
Yeah,
From
T-Course
Kleenex.
sees Okajix
Ooh.
and able to just barely dodge that
Last
That-
player standing.
Raze ult. But we're gonna see a series
Oh.
of trades. Nami by himself gets one. Yeah, that was a great try. Nice shot on Okajix as he tried to just blast pack around. That's a very difficult shot to hit because they're just moving so
Yeah.
fast. You know, it's that Ferrari peak, as people like to call it.
Yeah.
But just too many people right there to beat with so little time.
Mhm. Yeah, we just saw Strike's awareness right there that really won them the round. They knew to play patient, play quiet, and wait for Space Mode to make noise and give them audio cues. Senpai picked it up over towards B Long, was able to get one onto Kleenex and shut down that ultimate. But really just good teamwork and good patience and awareness from Strike to bring it back to stretch the lead.
Yeah, and right here, very early Viper's Pit used, and that's going to immediately scare away Strike. So they're just going to decide to not even mess with it and rotate over to A. So this might be able to bring Sithbard over to A and just get rid of the Viper's Pit. It'll just depend on how patient he really is and if the call is made by the rest of his team.
Yeah, we're seeing a nice pick by T Corsi onto Dr. Ghoul from Heaven. Just a
Yeah,
little
just
bit of a
holding this
slower
angle.
push here by Strike.
Ooh, but the steps are
Oh.
being made. They have to
Yeah,
hear
man.
that. Yeah, Lazy Titan turns around, gets the first pick onto Senpai. Okajix
Oh, he
trying
can't
to
get
do
it.
damage, picks up the
Oh.
Phantom. But T-Course, he just in taking care of everything going through short. Lazy
Oh, he
Titan
got him.
trying to trying to chase down Okajix, but Okajix able
30
to
seconds left.
finally get that pick.
Just so outnumbered here. Let's see what he can do.
He is close to one shot and just trying to do a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
Is able to land a couple shots, but Nami just lands that headshot and just shuts down the attempt from Okajix.
Yeah, unfortunately, Strike made a little bit too much noise there over in showers, and it alerted. You just saw on the minimap all of Space Mode just shift their view over towards shower and just flush them out. But that was a kind of a funny gunfight between Okajix and Lazy Titan. But just too much pressure there by Space Mode. And then we got ourselves a good game here. 3-4 after 7 rounds. That's what you want to see from two really good teams.
Yeah, it was great positioning at first from Strike, but all it took was that one step. And Lazy Titan heard it, made the call, and yeah, like you said, you could see on the minimap,
Oh,
everybody turned and looked. But,
nice.
oh, Lazy Titan trying to get a little bit of control, just a little too curious right there as he gets gunned down by almost the entirety of the Strike offense. T Corsi finds a nice trade, but that'll slow things down as it evens out. Dr. Ghoul getting the plant down. T Corsi, a little bit of a spray there, trying to do some damage, but we'll take some in return. Okajik,
Good
nice on
res.
Phoenix, and the best will just get the res, bring it back even, but Nami with a quick 3. That's huge for
Where
this
did
retake.
that come from?
One enemy remaining.
And Sifgard,
Now
even
they're
with
up 2-1.
that judge. But Nami doesn't seem to be aware of where this last player is, and Senpai.
Oh,
Oh my gosh! Sithbard swinging out, trying to get that last shot onto Senpai, but Senpai just landing these headshots.
yeah, that was a round where you just see 3 different takeovers by 3 great players. Okajix opened the round with 3 different picks to get his 3K, but then you see Nami fight back with a 3 that I didn't even see happen. I didn't even know they had 3 until it was already over with, and they had numbers advantage. But then Senpai closed it out with 2 good picks by that lamps area over toward A to close out the round. But just good takeover ability there by 3 different players.
Ooh, Nami's gonna get found out by this boom
Oh.
He's just gonna try and contest.
Able to get
but
one.
yeah, just gets one before getting traded out. So that'll slow things down a little bit for this Strike offense. But Senpai just jumping right through the smoke. Just not really caring. Oh, but he does know Sithbard is in the backside. So he's just gonna slowly walk forward. There's the ultimate from the Brimstone. So that clears out sight completely.
Oh,
And
nice
Spike
shot.
is gonna get planted. Yeah, Senpai just continuing his reign of terror as he hits a very, very nice shot and creates that space for his team.
Yeah, Senpai's just been on fire today, and I don't see that stopping anytime soon. A
Lazy
good pick.
Titan.
Good pick.
Yeah.
Bring it back to a 3v3.
Now with things
Oh,
out,
unfortunate
he's going to be
timing.
able to try and get onto site, but still with these trades coming through perfectly in favor of Strike, it just leaves Lazy Titan to try and make this something happen right here. But there's just not a whole lot of time.
Yeah.
A little bit of an awkward gunfight with Dr. Ghoul, and I'm gonna try and continue to do more damage, but there's just not enough time. Senpai gets that final kill.
Yeah, I mean, at least he was able to delay enough to make Dr. Ghoul fall to that spike detonate. But just good aggression, a good opening pick. I mean, Nami had a great opening pick in that round, but just the aggression by Strike. They didn't get complacent. That's the thing I'm noticing this game. They're not getting complacent. They see the rounds start to fall out of their hands, but they claw their way back in and start to bring it back themselves. And then they win some rounds that I don't see them having an advantage. But that's why Strike is one of the premier teams in this league. So good round there by Strike.
Yeah, everything they've been doing is very systematic. They create the space that they need, they get that control, they get the spike down, they play post plant. And it's like that for almost every single round.
Yeah. And we're seeing
And
another quick rotation here that we've seen almost every round.
yeah, there's
Yeah.
the smokes. T Corsi tries to
Oh,
find one with that.
showstopper. Yep.
Oh goodness, yeah. Oak finds that pick on
Oh,
to T Corsi. Titan does a lot of damage, but isn't able to find a kill as Senpai is able to eliminate him before anything crazy happens. Senpai
nice
just
shot.
continuing to push forward, gets that pick onto
Last player
Sithbard,
standing.
and now Kleenex by himself trying to make something happen, but just sprays known, and there it is. Cyberbite lands the final shots and shuts any attempt down.
Yeah, the numbers were just too strong there from Strike. I mean, Senpai's doing I mean, really Strike overall is doing a great job at staying alive. Like they're rotating early. So I'm gonna it's interesting to see if potentially space mode will start to read. Like if they don't see them on a site within the first 10 seconds, maybe they know that they are coming to that site. But Strike was able to just stay alive as they got aggressive there towards that A site. Senpai with some opening picks and just good work there by Strike. 7-3 now.
Yeah, and again we're seeing a little bit of the lurk right here from Senpai, just kind of walking up long as the rest of his team just pushes through
Oh, is Bobby
Hookah.
gonna be
The
able to get a
best,
few?
yeah, the best takes a lot of damage
Oh
right there, just on
man,
5 health.
so close.
But Nami going to have to retreat away and just sitting underneath this window from Hookah. So a decent position right here is
Ooh,
Kleenex.
the
Ooh,
Phoenix might be in a great position to make something happen here. Yep,
yeah,
he
just a
definitely hears them.
perfect flank right here. He hears the teleport, but
Yeah, knows for
just
sure.
doesn't really
Oh,
respond yet.
Spike
he's able to get
planted.
Yeah,
one on Dr. Ghoul.
Kleenex finds the
Ooh,
first. Oh no, the best lands a nice headshot onto Kleenex in response. So that's going to be the flank shut down. And
we see another potential flank coming in from I believe it's Lazy Titan,
Found one.
but they might be Yep, Cyber Bites ultimate lets them know that Lazy Titan's behind him.
Last player
both
standing.
Oh,
both members of the defense are found due to that ultimate. Now Lazy Titan just by himself, just gonna try and save the rifle. So just run away basically,
yeah.
as it doesn't really seem as though Strike is gonna try and hunt him down. So
Oh, maybe Senpai. Oh, is he hiding in a teleport? Yeah, okay.
yeah, Senpai is aware that he's in there, but
Oh,
trying to.
oh.
Last round
Okay,
in
I
the
like
half.
it. He tries to take the gunfight, and Senpai just lands that headshot and eliminates
It
him.
was a
So
good try. It was a good try. I don't blame him at all. I don't blame him at all for that one. But just good work there by Strike. They're starting to read these flanks and lurks from the defensive team. Good ult ability use there out of Cyberbite to let them know that Lady Titan was on the flank. And that's what you want to
If you
see out
want
of
to
your Sky
play,
player,
let's
using
play.
their utility to the best of their ability.
yeah, Nami and Lazy Titan just playing off each other's backs right here. But Nami's actually gonna give up
Ooh.
some space as Lazy Titan gets picked off by
Oh,
Senpai. Senpai, oh my
I
gosh,
thought that
almost
hit him.
an insane
Nice.
shot with that tour de force, but lands those shots through the smoke onto Kleenex just with a little bit of a random spray. And so that's going to almost shut down that immediate retake. So Dr. Ghoul is aware that there's at least one, barely misses the head of
Oh.
T Corsi as he's going to be able to upgrade
Oh.
to that Vandal. Does a little bit more damage, but Okijix finally hits that final
Switching sides.
headshot. And we're looking at a 9-3 half.
Yeah, 9-3 curse. Everybody knows it. Will we see it happen this game? I don't know. We didn't see it happen last game, but it definitely does exist. And I'd say it has about a 70% chance of happening. But I low key, I thought T Corsi had a chance there if they could have got that final pick onto Okajix, I believe, make it a 1v2. I was like, okay, maybe there's a chance, but Okajix just closed out that round, bring it to 9-3 half. Let's see if they can replicate the momentum that they've had on defense now.
Yeah, for sure. And for those who don't know, who might be a little bit newer to Valorant, the 9-3 curse is something that has plagued the game a little bit. Basically, if you're up 9-3, it's common for the winning team to lose that lead. So it happens. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But it's just something to be aware of, that even though it's a difference that seems large, it can
Yeah,
disappear like that.
I'd say it's just the most common score line that we see comebacks happen in, which is weird
Yes.
because you would expect maybe 7-5. No, it's 9-3, even though that's a massive gap. It's weird, but that's how it works. That's how Valorant is. But there are so many people on this. Finally, we get a pick.
The best just lurking
Oh!
around
Down
triple.
A.
Almost gets a
He's
second
able to get
there.
rid of the spike plant, but Nam lands a headshot to trade things out. And
Ooh.
they're just meeting the attack here, just getting really aggressive, just trying to stop that plant from going down at all. And it works out perfectly. As soon as they heard that spike starting to go down, they just swing out, kill the person planting, try and
Yeah.
retreat away.
Yeah,
And it worked out perfectly
they
right
played
there
really
for
patient
Strike.
there. I agree. I agree. Just waiting for Strike to or waiting for Space Mode to make their move, like you said. Okajix with 2 nice picks in that round. Best with 1, almost gets a second. Just good work there by Strike. I mean, you see it. Senpai, Okajix, Dr. Ghoul, great performances. Just good work.
Yeah, and already getting really aggressive. We see the paranoia get thrown out. Um, n- there's nobody really in hookah. Just playing a little bit more back. Strike is just playing a little bit more back, not really contesting too much. Um, and
Mm.
Kleenex pushing forward, getting a
We're
little
gonna see a
curious, trying
gunfight
to
here, or is
create the
Okajix gonna
space.
spot him?
Sure, if Cyberbite,
Oh,
yeah, Cyberbite, a little aware, able to
felt
get that headshot onto Kleenex. And that shuts down that control that they're trying to find.
felt that pressure. And good pick. Ooh, good trade.
Spike
Okajik
down
finds,
B.
yeah, nice trade right there. Cyberbite trying to do more from long as he does find the pick on Anami. Here's the push
Oh,
coming out, throws the blind, and that's going to push
One enemy
Lazy
remaining.
Titan
oh,
back.
Spike
And
really
down
gets
yeah,
him.
A.
there's another pick from Cyberbite. Sithbard, nice pick on Nagul with the classic, but there's just not a whole lot. Oh my
Ooh,
gosh. Nice shot onto Cyberbite, but Senpai just coming in from behind, lands those final shots and solidifies that round.
yeah. I mean, Cyberbite just did so much damage from that garden area over by B Long. But it gets 2 there, and then gets the 3rd onto Lazy Titan. Just good work there by Cyberbite. You know, just Strike's having such good, like I said before, they are playing with the sub, but you're seeing the good team play coming out from them, which is a sign of good coaching and also good chemistry from the 4 players who have been playing together all year. Ooh,
Oh no, Senpai finds the pick onto Lazy Titan trying to place the smokes down. He's just not able to shoot back. That's really unfortunate right there.
yeah.
Um, for Strike. And Nam,
Oh,
a little bit of an awkward gunfight with Senpai right there, trying to does a little bit of damage, but both players retreat with their lives. T Corsi gets flashed,
Spike
does the
down
same.
A.
Retreats back to safer areas. Dr.
Ghoul's
Ghoul
getting aggressive.
continuing to get aggressive as Nami lands that headshot onto Dr. Ghoul.
Yeah, we seem to be in a little bit of a stalemate here with Strike up 4-3 in numbers this round. But, oh, the timing. Good pick there by T Corsi watching over his teammate. Bring this back to a 3v3.
Teleport's ready.
Yeah, both. Most of space mode are kind of low though on health, so this might be a difficult
30
take. As
seconds left.
already getting this plant down,
Oh, they
Senpai
didn't get it down.
finds the
A.
first, and that's going to cancel the spike plant.
Oh, good
Player
By
flash.
standing.
flashing
One
through,
enemy
T Corsi
remaining.
finds the
Oh,
first, and now it's a 1v1
1v1.
here. Cyberbite upgrading
Oh,
to the
timing!
Vandal, but T-Corsi just swinging around with the classic, does the damage and gets the final pick. Wow.
Man, what an intent. I mean, we didn't even have time to recognize the 1v1 before it was already over. Just unfortunate timing there for Cyberbite, but good awareness, excuse me, by T Corsi, just recognizing that, yeah, I don't need bullets in my primary weapon. I'll just use my classic, hit him with the right click. Just good response there from Space Mode. I mean, they needed a round to possibly get back into this game, bring it back a little bit closer. So maybe they can use this to start getting a little bit of momentum.
Yeah, that immediate flash is going to tell Strike that there's at least one over by this fountain area. So that information alone is going to be huge for this defense as Lazy Titan are, oh, excuse me, throwing some smokes out. So some doubt created actually. So I kind of like this coming out from Space Mode, as you know, there's been signs of an attack in every side as Kleenex finds a nice pick right there onto the
Mhm.
brimstone. So that creates a little bit more space, and
Oh,
T-Core
sees
sees,
the
oh,
gun.
sees the barrel.
Nice.
And yeah, there's the pick. So plenty of space made on this B side as Senpai running over, trying to slow things down and just assist his team as they all try to
Ooh.
rotate over.
Spike
Nice
down, B.
nice shot right there from Senpai, but it gets traded out. Okajix following through as well. And there's just so much damage, so many
Oh.
people as Okajix
Wow.
flicking around
30 seconds
lands
left.
that shot through the wall. So well done right there, just continuing this hold.
2v2.
One enemy remaining.
Nice pick.
One enemy remaining.
Oh,
Ooh.
1v1. Only 15 seconds left.
But he does have the spike.
Great decision. Great call there by the best.
10 seconds
Oh, is
left.
he going to play his life? He just needs to run away.
Yeah, there's just
Yep.
not enough time. He just runs
Just needs
away.
to run away. Great job there.
Wow.
Clutch.
Good utility use there by the best. I mean, that looked like Space Mode's round to win. They looked
Match
like they had
point.
had an advantage there, but then excuse me, it kind of slipped out of their grasp, and the best was able to hit kind of a flank hit a flank onto Lazy Titan, and then use her wall to wall off the bomb from Kleenex, and help close out that round, bring it to match point for Strike.
Yeah, normally
You
a
want to
1v2
Let's play.
with them having the spike, you know, normally that's a very difficult place to be in as a defender. But being able to get that
Oh,
initial pick and the spike, and oh my gosh, Okajix just jumping right out and getting that initial pick. That's huge for Strike in their
that might be
defense.
one of the most aggressive plays I've ever seen. That was
Yeah.
wild.
And now
Oh,
Dr. Ghoul, aware that
Your
this
trail.
attack is coming through, just going to back up as the rest of his team just does plenty of damage. Senpai finding that pick onto Lazy Titan, so there's the smokes gone for the attack. And now Space Mode just trying to find an opening in this defense that's just a brick wall everywhere they turn.
yeah, just great defensive setup here by Strike. Oh, they're closing in on him.
Yeah, Strike just clamping down on
Oh.
this attack, and so we see two flanks come through.
One enemy remaining.
They're so weak.
Spike down A.
Yeah, there's just nowhere
30
that
seconds left.
Space Mode can go as they're just continuing to push and push
Yeah.
and push, and there's just
Defenders win.
nothing that can happen as Strike clamps down from both sides and solidifies that win.
Yeah, I mean, I had said it a few times over the course of that match, and there at the end, you just saw the teamwork and the communication by Strike, even with the sub. I mean, their communications were so clear. They knew how to time the final kill there onto Kleenex, close out the map. Their rotates were beautifully executed throughout the map. Um, Obviously, Senpai, you see him going really off that map with 30 kills. Okajix, nice support. Dr. Cool, nice support. Just really overall good play by Strike. But even, I mean, eh, we also saw good plays by Space Mode. I mean, they had good defensive holds. They had a nice offensive round win that I frankly didn't see coming, but they brought that one back out of nowhere. But just a very high competitive game. Although the score doesn't show it, I think this match was very competitive because every round it seemed like it was either a 2v1, a 1v1, 2v2 at the final moments. It wasn't like it was, 4v1 and then they just win easily. I think it was a lot closer than the scoreline predicts, or the scoreline shows.
Yeah, absolutely. But that is going to close things out here for week 7. I do want to hit just one thing before we do sign off. Um, on Thursday, our Overwatch games are going to be played at 7 and 8, so normal times as on Thursday. And also the fitness raffle will happen on Thursday in between the Overwatch games. The winner is going to get a HyperX Pulse Fire Haste wireless mouse. It's a very nice mouse. So make sure to tune in, see who wins. And yeah, so like I said, a lot of exciting games to be played on Thursday. So make sure to tune in then, and we will see y'all on Tuesday next week for more Oath Valorant.
Yep. Have a great week, everybody.